Time to set up this quarantine tank for my new fish arriving tomorrow. Step 1, we're going to add some PVC fittings in there for the fish to hide out in. I have my power head in here and I have my heater already, so I'm good on that. Next, I'm going to fill it up with some RODI water because I'm going to mix the salt right into this tank. Turn the pump on, and then here's our hose. Keep this blue tape as my water line, and when I'm keeping the salinity at, I also put start date, so I'll need to cross that one off and put a new start date for quarantine. Now that we got the tank filled to the water line, I want to scoop in some salt and bring my salinity to 1.025. I use a cheaper salt for my quarantine tank. I just use Instant Ocean. Don't need anything fancy for a quarantine tank. Not the best flow here, but I'll let this sit overnight and it'll be just fine. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is add some copper power to this tank and some nitrofurazone. So the copper power will be a treat for any parasites, ick, and the fish I'm getting is very prone to ick. And then the nitrofurazone will treat for any secondary bacterial infections from the copper power. And so I know for this tank, once I keep my water level the same, that I need 60 mLs of copper power and 1.2 grams of nitrofurazone. So let me show you what that looks like. And so now we'll just measure it out. And so now we're going to measure out the nitrofurazone with the scale. I use a little piece of wax paper to put over it. And then I will make sure I tare it so it goes to 0. And this is what the powder looks like. It's a yellowish powder. And I'll measure this out to 1.2 grams. I'll then put it into the stirrer and add some RODI water to mix it up. I'll turn the stirrer on and let it mix for about an hour. Now I'm going to check my copper levels to make sure it's where I need it to be. And that's perfect. It's been about an hour, so I'm going to add the nitrofurazone into the tank. I'll rinse this with some RODI water and pour it back in the tank. And now we're ready to add our fish.